Yes, I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Grill the Podcast Show, baby. And you know what that sound means. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, I've been strolling and trolling through the world, the media, and madness. And oh yeah, I've been on vacation all week enjoying my time off. Can you dig that? But at the same time, I have been looking for strolling and trolling ideas, something for the show. But unfortunately, it's all COVID. It's all Omicron. It's all the world is going to hell in a handbasket due to COVID. But, you know, I did see some good things about COVID, but I'm going to try to wait till Sunday. So if you don't hear the show and you are a stroller and troller, if you're a professional stroller and troller, your news must have sucked for the last few days. But if you're one of those people, you come to the show, you want information. Hey, if it's all COVID, I mean, I'm not going to make nothing up. I'm not going to pull no little side report to just be interested. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try to give you something to think about, talk about, speak on, have an opinion on, you know, spark your interest. But yeah, I'm gonna jump right off into this thing. Unfortunately, I love to say the word unfortunately, there's a child that used his social media account to use the N-word, and we know what the N-word is. We know what it is used for. We know all the rappers and everything, they use it, but this kid apparently used it on Snapchat and another Twitter. I think it's Twitter, but basically, and that got him suspended from school. So you say to yourself, of course, this has to be a white kid or a non-black child. But what's the problem with that? Because I'm going to say, the reason I say what's the problem with that, because he supposedly has an auntie, she's black. And she introduced this kid to the movie the one with Eazy Straight Outta Compton, which is about South Central. But she introduced this kid to this movie. I guess her thing was, and I'm going to show you how racism goes two ways. I guess her point was to make him black or make him hip, make him down, let him know what's going on in the hood. Some kids don't need to know what's going on in the hood. Keep that shit to yourself. Now, I say that in the sense that you see what happens because an irresponsible adult chose to introduce this child to slang, urban slang that is preserved, and has been taken back by the African American culture or the culture of black, especially rappers and a lot of people actually. So it's been taken back. So she chose to introduce this child to this word or to this language and to this vernacular, we'll say it like that, and the child didn't know how to process it. Who do I say it to? Who am I not supposed to say it to? See, the auntie probably, I'm hip, I'm down, but you didn't explain to the kid that there's two ways to say it, with the R and the A. And either way you say it, if you're not black, you're going to be viewed as racist, or it's going to have some racial implications. See, black people are allowed to down each other and call each other the slang for slaves all day. We're allowed to do that, which is stupid in itself. See, I say that sarcastically. We're allowed to do that. Sarcastically. Does it lift us up? No, it doesn't take us any higher. But we're the only ones that are supposedly be allowed to describe ourselves as that word. But we can call every other race, every other slang, and it's like, well, they've been persecuted all their life. They can be racist. Or there's a thing where they say black people can't be racist. But the question is it racist to introduce a racist term to a non-African American child intentionally, on purpose? Because I'm sure the child didn't ask, "Ooh, what's that movie with Ice Cube?" I'm sure he didn't. But this and the auntie is labeled in the article. I'm gonna show you how the whole article is racist. The auntie is labeled as dark chocolate. That's what the mother of the child called his auntie, dark chocolate, which chocolate ain't a race. Kind of make you want some dark chocolate, but it's not a race. But apparently this mother described this lady as dark chocolate to let the people I think she went before the school board and complained because her son got suspended or something. So she basically tried to let them know, basically in a nutshell, that his black auntie, or he has an aunt that's black, taught him the word through the movie. And he's not really responsible for what he says. She's correct on a lot of levels, because that auntie should have explained to him, hey, even though you're watching this movie, I'm glad you like it, nephew. But at the same time, you can't say everything that you hear in this movie. You cannot act out what you see in this movie. It's violence, it's drugs. If you ever seen it, it's nothing. It just shows the life of those rappers who came up in that era. It's not making it glorious or anything. It's just showing you their life. Now, what that aunt didn't do, and I'm pretty sure her motive was more racist than anything. She's trying to put some black or some soul into this kid. I don't know if the kid's partially. I don't know if he's mixed. I don't know what the deal is, but can't be if he got in trouble for using the word. So what the parent did before the school board that made it the news is she used the N-word. You see? So I guess she figured she also had a pass when no one gets a pass. It's sad that we as black people, we think we got a pass on it when it's not lifting us up. It's not making us any better as a culture. It's not making us any better as a people. The word that is still the word. It still means the same thing. I don't care if you flip it or if you change it, because now you want to get in front of non-black Americans and say, I didn't mean it like that. Well, how did you mean it when you called your friend that? How did you? Well, it's love. How is it love? Because if you go back to the civil rights era, there are stories, and their slave masters say they love their slaves. They loved them. That's what they say. So we kind of have the same, and we're brainwashed. I mean, overall, it's a brainwash of an acceptance of a negativity or a negative word that we just said, oh, we gonna take back. We gonna use it. And it's all through rap songs. It's all through a lot of songs. And people say it. Even if you listen to Cardi B, if you're non-black and you listen to rap, you cannot bleep the word in your mind. I said that about the judge who, unfortunately, she resigned due to saying the word or being caught on camera, her camera, saying the word when some black African Americans broke into her home. She she was made to feel like she was a racist, and she quit her job. She left her judgeship, which you have to really think. Now, this kid was introduced, and it's clear in the article that the kid was introduced to this word by an adult. I think that adult is 100% responsible for whatever this kid, because it's just like a school teacher. If a school teacher was to teach children that word or get caught, African American teacher was to get caught using that word, it should be the same result, because children, their minds are impressionable, and this has proven. I didn't see anything about the auntie, but the mom is just trying to tell the school board, like, hey, my son didn't mean it like it came out, which is probably true. My son only is saying the word because of what was in the movie. That is true. So at what point you have to ask yourself, is it emotional use of the word, or is it just a social use of the word? Because rap music, kids listen to, all races of children listen to rap music, especially trap rap music. All of them listen to it, and the word is through all the music. So if you think you're keeping your child from saying it, if the parents who are allowing their children to listen to the music with the words and their children aren't saying it, shout out to you, because you're teaching your children that to not be irresponsible, and that word actually is negative to African Americans or to a certain culture of people. And don't use it around them, or don't use it out of context, or don't use it at all outside of your music. Now, if the child is just sitting in the room and they jamming, they playing Future or Drake, or anybody that's saying the N-word, then hey, how do you stop a child from not getting that word in their head? I mean, that's the thing. So you got this emotional use of the word that affects African Americans on an emotional level. Then you got a social use of the word where the rappers and entertainers say it's okay. So it's being used, and it sells a lot of records for the record company. It sells a lot of records using the word. So, I mean, I'm not going to drag that on, but the kid got suspended from school, and his mother went there, and she chose the wrong platform by repeating the word. But I get your point. His African American auntie introduced him to this word, and she was not responsible with explaining to him what that movie entailed, why it's entertainment, whose life it pertains to, and how any of that verbiage in that movie will affect the people in that movie. So, I mean, at the same time, that's on the auntie. Sorry, Mom, you had to go through it. And, I know the kid, he's probably just kicking himself. He's probably going to have some issues with that. And that could have a different effect, it could have a very different effect. Hopefully, his mother will explain to him, or the auntie will step back in and let him know, like, hey, this is just a culture thing, nephew. I'm sorry. So I'm going to move on to my next article, which is going to combine with something else. But a Fox News reporter basically said that Joe Biden and Donald Trump need to hang it up. Like, leave it. Y'all need to give up leading the country. See, my issue is, and I've said before, who's stepping up? Nobody's stepping up. There are no kids in line to be president. It seems like nobody, or Ted Cruz, I think he wants to be president. I mean, you got Dr. Oz want to be a senator. You got Dr. Fauci. Is he going political? I don't know. I can't remember, but maybe he is. But you got all of these people that aren't running. And you have this young lady who's on television. I guess it was a video. I just saw the article and I read it. Who's saying that they need to hang it up. Let me make it clear. If you could say they need to hang it up, then maybe you should put yourself in a position to pick it up. Now, if you're going to say, I don't want to be a president, to the lady who was heading this whole video, then shut up. Because anybody can run for president that's qualified. You don't have to have been a president before or had political affiliations. Look at Donald Trump. You just have to set yourself up to be some type of level in society where people see you and hear from you, and you have to have a platform where you're getting involved in politics. I mean, just start. But she's young, and she's like, they need to hang it up. Why don't you pick it up? For any young kid that runs across my show, and I say, oh, you're a parent, and you're a parent of a 21-year-old who's going into college or coming out of college with a bachelor in science or something like that, or mastering in social economics or political science, whatever. Hopefully you're pushing them to get into politics, because the world is not ending. It's like we want, and I'm going to get off subject, we want so many days in our future. Like, we want every day in our future. But when it comes to the leaders in our world, the president, the vice president, we just thinking it's just over. Get them out and that's it. When we vote them out, won't be another president. No, you got to vote somebody else in. There is no plan for the future when it comes to the president of the United States. Because, I mean, it would be so wonderful if a younger president, around Obama's age, 40s and 50s, when he ran, do the same thing. Go for it, man. Get you a platform. Start speaking, because the world is waiting. If this reporter is so quick to criticize Donald Trump and Joe Biden for actually wanting to lead this free country, she should have came back with another article. Why don't you find the people who are actually qualified to lead the country and boost them up? Now, I mean, another part of that is Mama Pelosi, y'all. Mama Pelosi, she is running again. She is running, and nobody's going to stop her. Of course, you saw the articles. They wanted her to retire. I think I spoke about that on the show. Actually, I did. I said that they wanted her to retire. 1 minute, they were giving all this credit. Oh, Mama Pelosi, you the best. Mama Pelosi, you the best. Then they was like, it's time for her to retire. She's too old to be doing that. So, I mean, no, it's not. If she wants it, who else is going to run against her? I mean, really, who is going to beat Mama Pelosi on re-election? Nobody. And if you know somebody that will beat Mama Pelosi, you know somebody that will beat Joe Biden for president of the United States. They are actually qualified to be the president of the United States. Because if you take off by 20 years on that lady, she would be the first female president of the United States. I'm going to tell you why. Because she's proven that she can get the job done. This is not pro-Democrat. This is not pro-Republican. It's just a fact. She has sat in that seat. She has done what a lot of people have tried to do. She has not joked around and not played around. She is a Democrat. But when it comes to representing the constituents of this country and making sure, or trying to make sure, that she speaks the sentiments of her constituents, I'm sorry to say she has done a good damn job at that. So I want you to tell me who's going to beat her. We'll see. I don't know. Now, I'm going to give you... one little weather tidbit. Another bomb cyclone is about to hit. It's going to hit the Northeast. If you don't know the weather's crazy, it's because of global warming. You need to really take that serious. Looking at it's not what we could do now. It is what it is. It's 50 degrees in the evening. It's 17 degrees at night. That's just a big difference. So anyway, I'm going to move. Bomb cyclone, Northeast America. So I'm going to go into my last one. See, the last one I saw yesterday, and then I saw it run into Omicron, Omegatron, and all that. Now, they are really pushing this Capitol siege thing, you know, the storm on the Capitol. They are pushing it for the movie. I'm finna tell you, because I saw a clip. I think it was CNN put the clip, and I commented. They put the clip up talking about, they basically showing people coming into the door or forcing their way into the doors. If you've ran across that video, you know where to find it. Go back and look at that video again. It is a couple of people trying to push their way in, who got in, who stumbled over some other people that they were with, who the other people got mad at them because they stumbled over them, because supposedly these are all protesters. Nobody is for the government that got in. So these are people who basically start getting into a scuffle with each other. Now, if you go back and see this video, you will see there's someone ushering people in. And if you understand what ushering in, it's like, it's telling people to come on and patting them on the back as they come in and guiding them in through the door. You will see a simple ushering of people in. This is not a siege. This is someone allowing people in. And on one of the videos, there's a cop at the door. I guess the cop was trying to control the flow of traffic. Then people start pushing past him just to get in with their signs. Now, the creepy side to all of this is there were reporters watching and recording people come in. I said this off the air, and I think I've said this probably on the air. That is the issue. This makes it look like they were there. They knew what was happening. And this is probably at every exit. The reporters that were videotaping this was already on the inside of the Capitol. You have to think, as a We the People American, why are you already on the inside when the protesters are supposedly outside trying to siege upon the Capitol? And this has been another episode of the Grill the Podcast Show. Hopefully I left you thinking. Hopefully you're going to think about that last little bit I said, because it is a big deal. But hey, once again, I want you to take care of each other, take care of yourself, and be blessed. And welcome to the Grill.